You're on.
We're back. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. For those of you that are new, welcome. I'm Kat. I'm a dietitian.
I'm Stephanie. I'm a speech pathologist.
And we are the Dysphagia Duo. So, what do we do here?
Well, we talk a lot about dysphagia.
A lot about dysphagia.
A lot about dysphagia. And you know what? We cook stuff to dysphagia levels.
Because it turns out cooking is hard when you don't have dysphagia. Mm-hmm. And then it's even harder when you do have dysphagia. Mm-hmm. Figuring out flavors, getting nutrition right. So we talk a lot about nutrition also. But today we're going to talk dysphagia and nutrition, but specifically medications.
Yes. We have lots of people that have so much trouble taking meds.
Would you hit the comment there?
Yeah.
We do. I want to get people here. Okay.
Good.
Let's get everyone joining us. So
taking meds is hard. When you have difficulty swallowing anything, taking pills particularly, can be very discouraging.
Yes.
And scary.
Yes.
That you're not getting the med that you need.
Yep. So we're going to cook today a little bit. Some of it's not cooking. It's more of a simple sauce recipe. But I am going to, so we have pasta going. I'm going to put some garlic in the pasta water just to soften it. Because we want it to blend smoothly. Oh, you know what I didn't do, Steph?
What?
I didn't salt the pasta water.
Say what?
I know. Okay. As salty as the sea, shall we say. Okay. So, for those of you that are just joining us, we're talking medications tonight. And why are medications important? Well, almost everybody is on a medication of one kind or another. So if you're here, please say hi in the comments. Please ask questions. We are here to support you, and we want to know what it is that you need. So,
and can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're not necessarily talking about medications that help dysphagia.
Correct.
We're talking about medications that you need to take for any reason, but having difficulty with it because of swallowing.
Yep.
So there's not necessarily a pill that's going to fix your dysphagia.
Right.
We have to figure out what's causing the dysphagia first.
Right.
It could be a pill that you're already taking that could be causing some of it, but
yeah,
that's for the doctors to figure out.
Correct. There are medications that have a side effect of difficulty swallowing. So we want to, yes, address that if that's what's going on. But how many of you have dysphagia? You've had dysphagia for quite a while. Hi, Katie Lynn. And you keep getting more meds prescribed. You just can't get them down safely. So let's talk about some risks of difficulty swallowing, right? So
yes,
people are concerned about aspiration. Aspiration is when a food or a liquid or your own saliva goes into your lungs instead of into your stomach.
Aspiration actually.
Okay.
That is true. That is not untrue.
Okay.
But it is considered aspiration if it gets below the level of the vocal cords.
Okay.
So it could stay up high and you could cough it out, but we would still consider you an aspirator.
This is why we need speech therapists in our lives, everybody. They have the good information.
It's true.
Yeah. So reduced efficacy, which means the medication doesn't work as well. That's always a concern when you're taking a medication and you can't get it down or you're not sure where it sticks.
So, right. So it may stick and it may start dissolving in parts of your body that it shouldn't be dissolving in. So sometimes there are some medications that can't be crushed or capsules that can't be opened and taken that way because of the way they're intended to release over time.
Right.
So that's how efficacy of the medication can be altered as well, is that it's stuck somewhere and it's releasing before it gets to the small intestine or wherever it needs to be before it begins disintegrating
Yeah.
or melting.
So when you have trouble swallowing and you need to take a medication, or maybe you have a headache and you want to take an Advil or a Tylenol or an ibuprofen, or you hurt your knee and you need to take, you know what I mean? So they make liquid forms of some of the over-the-counter meds. So at times I will say, go find the children's medication, because it's typically in a liquid form when it's for kids, because kids have trouble swallowing pills. I can't turn on captions. It says it isn't available. Can you make it available? Oh my goodness, I have no idea. Let's find out.
Hold, please.
We will try, go back to the video. Try the 3 dots over there. What does that do? Nothing. Nothing. Jean will do what we can. I might have to do it from... My timer's going off. Okay, profile picture in the top left. Accessibility.
Oh.
Okay, we'll try this. Did that work? I'm
Good
curious. Okay, we lost
Good
a
job.
few people trying to figure that out. Hey, Dr. Google for the win.
Right. So captions should be on now.
There are things we can ask Dr. Google. There are things we cannot ask Dr. Google.
Well, luckily this wasn't like doctor stuff. So
Yes. Okay. So
they should be on for
we
you now,
will
Jean.
see if that works.
Yes, applesauce is. We're going to talk about
Yep.
applesauce.
So
Hi, Angie.
let's. Okay. So what if, Stephanie, someone has oral dysphagia, but it gets stuck here, or they have just esophageal dysphagia, but they feel like it gets stuck up here? Does it matter?
So tonight is not about a specific type of
Dysphagia.
a specific type of dysphagia or a specific strategy for specific types of dysphagia. So we're just going to talk about all kind of options that can be available to you because it's dependent on what your difficulty is.
Right.
For people who have difficulty with liquids, well, they would have trouble with a liquid medication. For those that can't swallow pills, and there is something called pill dysphagia.
What?
And the only thing that those people have difficulty with is swallowing pills. I helped a young lady not long ago start working towards being able to swallow pills because she couldn't swallow pills, and it was affecting a lot of things, especially when she got sick. So she's working on it. Addie, I hope you're doing good. But this is our intention today is just to give a whole bunch of options for you to try.
Yep. Yep.
If you want to throw in to the comments some of your difficulties, we can talk about those specific difficulties. But this is just going to be in general. We're going to talk about lots of stuff.
So I'm going to start throwing things into our blender for our sauce. So we're making pasta with a vegan green sauce. It's very springy. I'm very excited about it. We've done a lot of tofu, I feel like, in the last 6 months to a year because we've had a lot of people ask about plant-based diets.
Yes.
So we have organic, extra firm tofu. I'm going to grab our blender. And we are going to weigh this out because we've never made this before. So we're going to do spinach.
Oh, I could have gotten some out of the garden.
You have spinach already?
Yes.
Shut the front door. That's
It
awesome.
seeded itself last year, and it's a cold weather
Veggie. I love that.
So it's that bed is full of spinach.
Well, you know what?
Didn't even think about
We'll
that.
do that again in the future.
Okay, next week.
So the recipe initially called for wild garlic, which nobody can find. So here we are with spinach. And it says 100 grams, which is like 3-ish ounces.
You're there.
Okay. And then we're going to add 300 grams of our tofu, cold weather veggie. I'll try to plant it here. Yeah. So arugula, spinach, Brussels sprouts. Is broccoli more of a cold water? Cold water.
No, but I planted, arugula. I planted kale and spinach, but some of the spinach from last year is coming up. So the spinach is ready.
We'll take it. Okay.
Brussels sprouts.
So we're going to just add in some chunks. So we chose extra firm tofu. The recipe called for silken tofu. Not a fan of that. Tell me more why we're not a fan of that.
Well, it's not that we're not a fan. We just like getting as much of our macronutrients as possible, particularly if you are vegan. It takes more of what you're going to eat to get the same amount of protein.
Yep.
So when we choose I'm thinking heavy duty, extra firm.
Yeah. Heavy duty tofu.
It is heavy duty because it's more compacted. So there's more of this protein structure that is compacted into that block of
amount
tofu.
of space. Yes. Okay. So then, hi, Kara. Peas, green peas. These are just frozen from the freezer section.
That we've defrosted.
Yep. Ran some warm water over them. Okay. And then we're going to add some liquid to this. So I'm going to do a squeeze of lemon. Pull my seeds out so we don't get our seeds in there. Okay.
What else liquid does it call for?
Some of the pasta water. So we're going to add pasta water. I did save pasta water. Hi, Christina. It's so lovely to see you.
Yes, long time no hear from. Glad to see you here.
I got a seed there. Getting it out. Come on, fingers. Okay. Okay, and then we're just going to add pasta water sort of
as we go
until
it gets to the right.
Okay, so I'm going to put this is not all the ingredients, but we gotta start somewhere, right? So
let me put a little bit to,
okay, let me make sure.
It's a little bit.
So we need enough liquid at the bottom of our blender that it'll get moving. Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, this is not the quieter.
This is a loud blender.
So we're sorry.
I'll stand over here with my microphone facing this way.
So if you need to take your earbuds out while we turn this on, I apologize.
Yep, here we go. Oh, that's beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. I think it's going to need more liquid.
always wanted a green kitchen.
15 more seconds. Okay. And so what she said was, I always wanted a green kitchen, because she got green all over the cabinets. Just so y'all know, there are big, white, fat flakes falling outside. So, happy April, everybody. Okay.
Katie Lynn, I'm sure you're going.
It's just another day. Okay, so.
Yeah.
How's it smell?
It smells very good. Did we put the garlic in?
Nope.
Yet?
No,
Okay.
I left the garlic at the bottom of my pasta. So I'm going to try to dig it out.
Good. It smells, the peas are forward in terms of smell, which makes sense because
Yep.
spinach doesn't usually have a whole lot of scent.
Okay. 1 garlic.
Yep.
So for those of you that are just joining us, I threw the garlic in with the water to blanch it a little bit because we want it to be soft enough that it'll blend smooth, but still get that beautiful garlicky flavor. I can hold whatever you need me to hold.
Wow, I was...
Okay. All right.
Hey, we're going to try this again. We won't go as long this time.
Yeah. So we just want it to get super smooth. So we're just going to blend, 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 blend. I'm going to throw in 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Should have done it before you put the lid back on. Sorry.
You're good. Talk to us about nutritional yeast, Kat.
Okay, so we've had a couple of people talk about this. So nutritional yeast is a vegan food. It is not like regular yeast. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. So we like nutritional yeast because for vegans, it's a really good source of vitamin B12, which is really hard to get if you don't eat dairy. Mm-hmm. So we really like nutritional yeast. 1 tablespoon has 3 grams of protein, which is pretty good. So we just added an additional 9 grams of protein to this by adding 3 tablespoons. So it's got sort of a cheesy, nutty flavor.
Kind of like a Parmesan cheese.
Yes. We used to add it to broccoli. We used to add it to popcorn. Mm-hmm. I don't have any right now, but I know people that want that Parmesan-y flavor.
But can't tolerate dairy.
Cheese. This is a fabulous, nutrient-dense option, and it's going to blend super well. So, nutritional yeast for the win. And it does have a little bit of carbohydrate, but I think it's mostly fiber. So this is also adding fiber, which is wonderful.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh my gosh, those snowflakes. Can you guys see the snowflakes out there? They look this big.
What is happening right now? I thought it was April.
Oh.
Okay, so anytime we do pasta, I should have saved more of the pasta water. Anytime we do pasta, we overcook it. Hi, Amber. We always overcook.
It's our Amber.
Because pasta is a starch and it thickens, but it's al dente is too tough and it will not meet the level 6 for the IDDSI, which is soft and bite-sized. If we overcook it, it'll be more that soft and bite-sized texture.
Are we putting more in? Are we putting some of that in here, or are you just gonna you're gonna do it separate? I think we need to do both.
I think we need to do both, yes. So I was thinking about putting some of that in here. The recipe calls for a little bit of olive oil. I'm almost thinking, we should probably add a little bit of olive oil to the pasta.
That nutritional yeast clumped on the side, so I need to
blend it again. When in doubt, blend again. This is for
it's very smooth.
Almost everything.
I might put a little bit of salt.
It needs salt. Yeah. Do you want some pepper too?
Yes.
Okay. This just makes me think spring.
It tastes very springy.
And I think we could have done more garlic, but Amber, you should definitely message us your weekly win. We absolutely want to hear it. Yes.
I'm so happy to hear that there's a weekly win.
All right. I'm just going to. So we like adding fat.
That was about a tablespoon and...
About a tablespoon. I'm going to add just a smidgen to the pasta that's in our little food processor here. We always want a little bit of fat. Fat helps us swallow things easier. It's temperamental sometimes.
No, I bet
It's snowing. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of pasta to this bowl, and we'll just pour some sauce over it, and we'll call it our soft and bite-sized. Depending on the texture or the consistency you need, buy pasta that's most appropriate for the size that you can tolerate. If you're a level 6, this might be a little bit big. You can find smaller elbows.
You can, or you can do the small shells, or you can do orzo.
Bought small shells if they had them, but they didn't have them.
Orzo is probably some of the smallest, and it's sort of like rice. It's a little bit bigger than rice, especially after you cook it.
Okay, so we are going to just add some to this. This is going to be our level 6 soft and bite-sized, okay? We want extra moisture whenever we're eating, but also when taking pills, it's a good idea, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're taking a medication, I'm going to skip ahead. So whether it's a tablet, especially if it's a tablet, if you have a pill, hi Eric, if you have a pill cutter and you can cut your pills, some pills you can't cut, so make sure you talk to your doctor or your pharmacist. Pharmacists are a wealth of information.
Yes, they will help you tremendously. Talk to them.
Yes. So you want extra moisture. So maybe you need to take a sip of liquid. Maybe you need to use something like applesauce. I got strawberry because why not? I love that that's your response too. So strawberry applesauce. So a lot of times we recommend, what's it called when you...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think of what my speech therapist today at the building I was at wrote. Float in puree carrier. Is that what they call it?
So what that means is you would take a little bit of the applesauce or pudding or yogurt.
We got yogurt too. You can use yogurt as your puree carrier. I asked the statin question today. Amazing response by so many. I'll respond to them soon with more info. Paul, yes, I was the one that said, hey, let's talk nutrition to help with the cholesterol instead of statins, because I'm also not a fan of statins for so many reasons. And most of the time it's because the doctor's like, yeah, we're just going to throw meds at it. Let's not actually address the problem. Let's just throw med at it. And I'm not for that life.
That's easier. It's easier. Okay, so float in
puree carrier.
So you would get a spoon, maybe not this big, put the pill in that. You can put it on the inside of it, or you can just put it on top, and then you would just swallow that bite down. That sometimes helps to be able to get a pill down.
Yep.
Because then you don't necessarily feel it as much.
Right. And for those of you that have trouble swallowing, that feeling, that sensory piece, which we're going to do sensory.
Is this your spoon?
Oh, I don't care. I think this one was mine. We're going to do sensory. We're going to talk sensory in 2 weeks. So for those of you that are new, we've got a sensory class for our membership set up for a couple weeks from now. But we're going to talk sensory with you guys as well. Okay, so we want moisture in everything that we're eating and drinking. I had this talk today with the nursing home I was at with the kitchen staff about what is a mechanically altered diet, because they don't do IDDSI, which is a shame because it would make life so much easier. Whether it's extra sauce, whether it's a carrier with your medication. This would work for a capsule as well. So if you can take the capsule, put some on your spoon, open the capsule into the spoon, and then you can take it that way.
If the capsule is okay to open.
Right. So Amber said the pharmacist usually has more information on the pill than the doctor. I would say that's true like 99% of the time. Pharmacists are an underutilized specialty by so many people.
Yeah.
Is it amazing?
It is delicious. I could have put more salt.
We still can. I'm a huge fan of this. This is delicious. Will you pour some in here and we'll mince some, and then we'll get our blender and we'll puree some. And then we've got some more kind of fun stuff to show you with medications.
Yes.
Okay. I got that nutritional yeast.
Did you?
Taste. It's a little bit cheesy. Mainly on if the pill can be cut, crushed, etc. Paul says, I emailed you directly earlier with more detail on why. Yes. Okay, perfect. We'll be on the lookout for that.
Good.
Yeah.
Applesauce comes like this also. So you could open it up.
I almost got some of those too.
I already had some. So
I'm glad I didn't get them.
Okay. So you could just squeeze that out, however much works for you. Put your pill on it.
A little more lemon. A little more salt.
That one is not strawberry.
No.
But this
Apple,
one's good too.
unsweetened. Not as good as strawberry. You're a strawberry applesauce fan.
Well, this one's good too, actually.
Okay. So we like our little food processor. Got this at TJ Maxx for like $10. So minced and moist.
The extra salt did it.
Is basically if you can mash it through the tines of a fork, it's minced and moist. But it has to have the extra moisture on there. So I always ask for the liquid meds. Yes. Yes, Megan. And we have, so we use Full Script, which is this did not work very well. I put too much in there. Destroy my life. So on Full Script, it's the company we use to recommend medications to people. And supplements, yeah.
Vitamins.
And often we can find good quality liquid options. I think it's actually dying. This is amazing. I haven't charged this thing in months. Okay.
So let's get a plate.
Yeah. So let's talk about if you need to take a medication without food. What do we do? So thyroid medication is one of those that has to be taken an hour before you eat. So what do we do? There is a liquid version out there, but it requires special approval, which is really annoying, but if you have a good doctor or nurse practitioner, they can usually get that done for you. So we want you to find good practitioners that are going to support you. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's okay for you to advocate for yourself and ask them to support you.
Yes, because it's your health and your life, and you deserve the best. Okay, so we can usually find supplements that are liquid on Full Script. Your doctor and pharmacist can find liquid versions of some medications. Some you can't. So then we have to look at other options. Amber says, don't be afraid to fire bad doctors and find good ones.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Been there, done that myself.
So they also make chewable meds.
Yes, they do.
For some things. Chewable is also great because if you have one of those pill crushers, you can just crush the chewable one.
Yeah.
Or you can chew it. It's up to you and what your body can tolerate.
Whatever you can tolerate, we encourage you to tolerate.
If the doctor doesn't listen, then they're not the right doctor for you. Melissa, dogs.
I'm on Doxies right now, and I have to open them up in applesauce. They still taste horrible. So yes, crushed in applesauce. So just like I showed before, in the applesauce where you float the pill, you can also crush them.
I'll get a few more spoons.
So a good way to crush a pill, if you don't have a pill crusher, which those are easy to get. Kat and I are trying to get some to be able to send some to our clients.
Yep.
But you can put a pill between 2 spoons and crush like that. Okay. You can put it, I don't know, in a bowl and crush it like that. Pill crushers are the best. But then you could take a spoonful of your applesauce, put the crushed med on there. You can put a little applesauce on top so that hopefully you can get that down before you taste it.
I've had people use chocolate syrup.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because it's a little bit thicker and it's got that stronger flavor. Yep, it's an awful taste. Chewable, put in juice. So we encourage you to get creative if you need to. So like I said, yogurt. Yogurt is a really good option. It comes in non-dairy. So I got a coconut one just to show. I found a Haagen-Dazs creme fraiche, which is like sour cream that's coffee flavored at the Kroger today.
I've never heard of it.
I hadn't either. I saw it because I love a good bargain. Just got diagnosed with strep today. Oh my goodness. Yes.
So meds. You need meds.
Oh, you need meds. So let's talk about dissolvable.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick and then we'll talk about dissolvable.
Okay.
Because I did minced and moist, so it was a little bit big in here. Our pasta was not. It was a little more al dente than sometimes when we make it. So it's harder to blend, but it blended, but it was still a little bit big. So I just mashed it through the tines of a fork and got it to minced and moist. Now, by doing that, the pasta absorbed more of the sauce, so it got a little bit dry. So I put a little bit extra olive oil on it to help bring out that sauce again.
Okay. Will you toss me some olive oil in here? Just a little extra, so we're going to do our pureed version. And always, whenever you're doing pasta, you want to have leftover pasta water.
Yes,
because
save it if you can.
This is going to help you blend. It leaves aftertaste no matter what. Pharmacist said some meds you can't use chocolate dairy with. Yes.
True.
So this is why we like pharmacists, because they can give you all of that really good information without you having to read all of the fine print. Okay, so Melissa, were you here at the beginning? Yeah, Eric, it's just regular old pasta.
Yes.
So spinach, peas, tofu, garlic, lemon juice, nutritional yeast. I'm just going to use all the pasta water. Okay, so if you're doing this hot right out of the pot, ideally you are. We like the Ninja Blast because you want to pop this top so that it doesn't have heat pressure build up from the heat. So we'll leave it a little bit, but we want that to vent if you're doing it hot, okay? So wait for our Ninja Blast to come on. Pasta thickens as you blend it, so you may need the extra liquid. You may feel like you added too much at first,
Just keep blending.
but it's okay.
lots of people who we work with are limited on the number of things that they can eat.
Yep.
Now, Kat and I, but mostly Kat because she's taught me, encourages people to have a variety of
Yes.
food. So we want you to eat lots of different things.
Yes.
So,
we need variety.
right. So that is why Kat and I have sort of partnered with different companies to help people get the nutrition that they need. Sometimes we have to recommend supplements. Sometimes we have to recommend, why am I not thinking of the word? Multivitamins.
Yep. I'm going to do this again and set it back here.
Lots of different things that we recommend.
Often.
So if you are supplementing,
Yep.
that's okay.
Yep.
I mean, we would love for it to come from food, and we're hoping we can help you get there, but you have to get there.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, supplementing is a good thing. Now, we have all the full script stuff. You can go onto our website, and we have
DysphagiaDuo.com.
in the shops tab, you can get to our full script page.
And check it out and see what's out there and see what's
Yes.
available. Most of the stuff is really good quality. You can always send us questions if you're not sure, or you can ask for a recommendation for something specific, and I will do the digging for you.
Absolutely. But,
Melissa has a question. Sorry.
yes.
Have you heard of iron deficiency causing dysphagia? Causing? Not often, but we often hear about people with dysphagia having iron deficiency anemia. So I don't know if it's the cause. I don't know if it's not the cause, but it definitely contributes to problems.
Yes. So it can exacerbate the problem because just as we're speaking about how important nutrition is to your dysphagia getting better. So I always say, if you can get to that nutritional place where your body is able to receive what it needs to heal, the swallow will follow.
Yes. Okay. So iron is a really tough supplement
We don't
use.
have our fish.
We don't have our fish yet. So there is a product on Amazon that we recommend all the time. We've dropped the link before. I can try to drop it here. It's a little iron fish that you put in when you're cooking things. So like we would have put it in with the pasta when we were cooking the pasta. Or you can cook in cast iron because it also contributes iron to your food, but cast iron is heavy. So the fish is light and you just clean it and it gives you good instructions. Yep. Melissa, I would love to know more. Maybe we can
Talk. Send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email. dysphagiaduo@gmail.com. So iron is the molecule in your red blood cells. If your red blood cells are not the appropriate size, or you don't have enough of them, your body doesn't get oxygen to all of the places it needs it. I mean, from the tips of your fingers to the bottoms of your toes, right? So we see all kinds of complications with iron deficiency anemia. I don't know what the cause of yours is, but it's very, very important that especially women who are menstruating get enough iron in their diet. If you're not eating meat, you're getting less. So I love tofu because I think it says on here, it has 1.3 milligrams of iron per serving, which is great for a plant-based food. Spinach has some. 2 milligrams per 3-cup serving.
And Melissa, part of it could be that as your nutrition declined over that time, it may have been happening, and the swallow problem may have even been there before you even realized it, because people will begin to create compensations for themselves, not even realizing that they're doing it.
Yep.
And over time, they create a bigger problem than they had in the first place.
And it's not your fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's your
happens.
body doing what it needs to do.
Your brain is protecting you in the best way it knows how.
But as you compensate, you change the coordination of your swallowing. And that works for a while until it doesn't.
Yep.
Then you have to try something else. So it may have started before you even knew it started.
So can we talk about these?
I would love to talk about these. This is so
Okay.
So we have been in talks with a doctor,
Who created this product?
actually a company. One of the owners of the company is a physician, and he developed.
Melissa, we call that hypervigilance. You're always on because you always have to feel like you're going to be aware of whatever happens. So I see you.
Yes,
It's okay.
We need to talk, Melissa.
We need to talk, yeah.
Because, I know exactly what you're going through. So we can talk through this.
Yep.
So we have
They just sent us these.
we just received these this past weekend.
Yeah.
And the company is called NutraHugs. Go ahead. You want to open that one?
MedHugs.
I'm sorry. MedHugs.
MedHugs. This is the...
Oh, this one's
The product?
Nutra because it's gut.
So I think they're all Nutra. I'm not 100% sure. So we're learning.
MedHugs.
So
have you ever had...
Hey, just send us an email, Melissa. Trust me.
Melissa is poor.
Send me an email.
Send us an email.
We want to talk to you. So the company is MedHugs. NutraHugs is this line of supplements that they have.
Right. So they have immune support.
Uh-huh.
They have bone and blood support.
Which I think has a bunch of iron in it.
Oh, I bet it does. I don't think it says it on there. They have, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
A multivitamin.
Multivitamin.
And it's dissolvable. It's a thin film that you put on your tongue and it just dissolves into your mouth.
Yep.
Fine.
Twist your arm. Twist your arm. Any of the rest of you that are not speaking up to, send us an email.
Send us an email. We'll reach back out. They have a sleep one, so I'm guessing melatonin. And an energy. And then the big one that they sent us, lots of it, is
Gut health.
Which huge for a lot of people that don't have as much variety and don't have the enzymes to support your gut.
Okay.
You looking it up?
I'm trying to. It's just small on my phone. Okay, so iron. This has 18 milligrams of iron, which is 100% of your daily value.
In one.
Yes. So Melissa, so they're like Listerine strips. So we told him, I'm hoping he's watching right now. We told him we were going to talk about these on our live.
Yes.
We haven't tried them yet. So if they're terrible, Doc, I'm sorry. But I'm really excited. So it also has folate.
They're not going to be terrible.
They're not going to be.
They're going to be worth every ounce of whatever it is in here.
It has vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. So you need D3 and K2. It supports your bone health. It supports your bloodstream health. So I'm going to take this one.
I'm going to take the immune support and let you know what it tastes like.
Okay, so why is this important to you? Eric, you can buy them online. Okay, so
Go to
they're like a
MedHugs.
Listerine strip. So there it is.
Yeah, MedHugs. Okay. Single serve packet.
And he created these because his niece couldn't swallow pills. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Oh, it's fruit flavored. It's stuck to the top of my mouth. We're just going to let it dissolve. So why are we doing this? Because we want to know that these are good for you guys, that you can tolerate them, that they're going to dissolve the way they're supposed to. D deficit also. You know what? Everybody is. K2. Look, did I not tell you when you get D3, you need to buy it with K2?
I take D3 and K2 every day.
Yes.
This one is actually kind of yummy. I hate to say
It's
this,
completely
but
gone.
mine's still a little bit on the roof of my mouth, but just by rubbing it with my tongue, it's just dissolving
So you do salivate a little bit.
a lot.
So you're going to have to swallow your saliva. Okay.
It's kind of candy-ish. Yeah, a little bit.
Interesting. Okay, so
It's good. And I just got my immune support
So-
for the day. Just like that.
my hope is that this doctor is wildly successful and can create medications in this form. So we want to support him because we believe that he can help you guys. And the hope is that these will become something that's covered by insurance. So
Yes. And he has 6 available right now.
Yep.
Gut health, energy, immune support, blood and bone support, multivitamin, and sleep. Let's quickly talk about the importance of sleep.
oh my gosh, sleep. Yes. So
That's not what we were going to talk about
It's
here,
not.
but it's so important.
okay. Phoenix for 7 years, moved back to Pittsburgh, and it's colder and not as sunny as it is in Phoenix. Intolerance to different fruits flavors, would these possibly?
Intolerances to different fruits and flavors.
It's going to depend on what is in the ingredient list, which
Yeah.
I believe is listed on here. And if it's not, I bet you that you could email them and ask them,
Yeah.
and he would tell you, because I've been very impressed so far with.
Yeah, he's been very open about
Yeah.
all of this.
Okay.
And very easy to
So
information about
let's
his
let's
product.
talk sleep, because
Yeah.
people are taking medications for sleep, and if you can't take a pill, you're not going to be able to take those. So let's talk about sleep.
Yep.
Your brain is in charge of everything, right?
Everything.
What happens to your brain if you don't sleep?
Your brain doesn't rest. You've got to stop so that you can refresh. Everything in your body needs. That's why there's winter. Everything's got to stop
Right.
so that it can bloom again.
Yes.
So sleep is something that we do every day.
Or should be doing every day.
Try to do every day.
But there are a lot of people out there who don't sleep well.
I did not sleep well last night,
Okay.
and I don't feel as good today.
Right. Right. I am tired all the time. Even when I sleep 8 hours, I'm still tired. So getting good sleep is really, really important. So I know people wear their fancy watches that track their sleep. They have the rings now that track sleep. We like those tools. I don't, thinking about it, but I don't have any of those tools. I used to have a Fitbit once upon a time till it broke. But you need to improve sleep. So working on those strategies before sleep to help improve quality of sleep. Staying off your phone, drinking enough water, but not too late in the day if you have to pee all the time. Getting good nutrition, eating enough protein. So for those of you that don't eat enough protein, I preach it all the time. You need more protein for a lot of reasons. But did you know that if you are not eating enough protein, you're not going to sleep as well? So eating more protein sometimes is enough for some people to sleep better. So protein. Yes. Yeah. Weird, huh? So that's the other thing. Iron. Having a good nutritional status is going to help improve your sleep also. So it's this weird cycle. It's the malnutrition cycle that we talk about. When you're malnourished, you don't swallow as well. And then when you don't swallow as well, you get more and more malnourished because you get less in. Same with sleep.
Yep.
If you're not sleeping well, you eat junk because your body craves sugar.
It needs the energy.
Because sugar is energy. But if you can stop that cycle and add protein instead of sugar, carbs, your body takes time and is tired a little longer, but resets and gives you more long-term sustainable energy. So we need more protein for all of you. The body is wild, you're right. Yeah. Yep.
And what you put into your body is so important.
It makes a huge difference. So I like this meal. Now, I think if I were to do it again, I might use a higher protein, higher fiber version of pasta, like chickpea pasta or lentil pasta. Also, overcook it, because that's going to increase your fiber and increase your protein.
And when we say overcook it, we mean really overcook it.
Yeah.
Maybe triple. So if it says...
I only cooked it for 8 minutes, which was, I could have done it for 12 or...
What was it supposed to be?
So it was 6 minutes for al dente and 8 minutes for tender.
No.
So we should have done it for 12 or 15.
Yeah, I would say 16, at least double. So that it absorbs more of the water and it's not going to dry out and absorb.
Because that's also going to help with hydration, it turns out.
See, so many things just pile into the same topic.
Yep.
So we made, how's the pureed? So we pureed the pasta and...
I could have let it go another time. It's not super smooth, but I should have also... Oh, see, now it's super thick because that pasta thickens. So it's super thick. You can see it barely sliding out of there. So nutrition is important for swallowing. Hydration is important for swallowing. If you are malnourished and dehydrated, you're going to have more trouble swallowing medications than you would if you didn't have those things. Now, if you're suffering from dysphagia and also malnourished and dehydrated, you're going to have even more trouble.
Right. And it's that vicious cycle. You have more trouble swallowing because you're not eating enough of the right things. So it keeps, and you're not eating the right things because you can't swallow.
So we want you to focus on nutrition and hydration because it's going to make life easier in the long run. So there's someone on here, I think, I told her, treat this like it's your job. Treat getting nutrition in like it's your job. I like this meal because even though it's vegan and I am a meat eater, it's going to blend smooth. It's got different kinds of protein in it. So we have protein from the nutritional yeast. We have protein from the tofu. We have a little bit of protein from the pasta. We have a complete protein because tofu or soy is one of the only complete proteins in plant foods, which means you need to add a grain and a legume basically to get a complete protein, whereas meat has complete proteins already.
So I was listening to a podcast and it was about this couple that were considering switching to a vegan diet, vegan lifestyle. And they were talking about if you plan on eating the same amount of food on the vegan diet as you ate on a meat eater's diet, or I should say whatever.
An omnivore diet?
An omnivore diet. Okay, yes. Then you're going to have trouble with energy.
Yeah.
You're going to be lacking because you have to eat more of the plant-based. And if you can tolerate more, that's fine. You can get what you need. You just need more of it.
More volume. So typically with esophageal disorders, we do not recommend vegan or vegetarian because you can't get enough calories into the body to meet your protein needs.
Yes.
And I will support you however you want to do it. But if you can get meat in, or at least dairy, like whey protein from dairy, if you tolerate it. Now, if you don't tolerate it, that's a problem. But
or eggs. Eggs is a
good protein source also. If you can get those in, you don't have to eat as much. And so if you have those esophageal disorders, we recommend adding meat because, and yes, pureed, because it's going to get you to your goal faster. Yeah. Stomachs are notoriously tricky for a lot of people. And so if you've followed us for a while, you've heard us talk about the gut-brain connection, which all of what we're talking about here ties in. Stephanie is a brain specialist. I am a nutrition specialist. I focus on the gut a lot. Turns out they work together, hand in hand. Your gut is your second brain, and your brain and your gut are always in communication. But if there's a kink in that communication, that's when we have more issues.
And the swallowing mechanism is right in the middle of that communication line.
Yep. Oh, Melissa, I can't wait to talk to you. I'm really excited about this. Okay. So medications, whether they're tablets, capsules, gel caps, liquid, dissolvable, there are ways that we can get them in. If you are struggling, send us a message so we can help you figure out a plan. If you are really, really struggling and want to work with us, we have a membership that's a group membership. Everyone in there is so supportive of each other. I've seen a bunch of them on tonight. It's $37.99 a month to join the membership. Go to the website, click on the membership tab. It'll tell you a little more. You can also email us and ask us questions.
We have lots of events, 4 to 5 events every month. And Kat and I get to know you in that group, and we can tailor a lot of our answers to your needs. And you have lots more opportunity to ask us questions.
We also do some one-on-one, and that is a case by case. So we usually have people book a call with us, and then we talk about if that's a good fit for you or not. Because sometimes you just need to, we can give you direction on what to ask your doctor or how to use your insurance to get some of what you need. But a lot of times people end up working with us one-on-one when they've exhausted their insurance and they still don't have any answers. So we've seen a lot of really weird, different things that I say weird because it may sound weird to you, but it's stuff we see all the time.
It's often weird to the doctors because they want it to be an easy fix, and it's not always.
Yeah. Afraid to try other things. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So I think sometimes your body has irritation to things that it doesn't need to, or it didn't used to, because your body is in fight mode.
Or flight mode. It's just like, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm out of here.
Yeah, let me send it out the other direction.
Correct.
Very quickly.
It happens. And that's a gut-brain interaction.
Yep.
So, Kaylee, I'd love to talk to you also. Please send us an email or a direct message or something like that. Okay. Paul crushes his pills. Great.
Perfect. I wish I had that pill crusher.
It's in our stuff somewhere, which is in transition.
Yes, you can go on to, let's put that on our list, onto Amazon and put in pill crusher. Okay.
I think we have it on our list of things to look up because that's one of those that's really important. Okay, I really liked this. I can't wait to try the next one.
Parasites are bad in the body. Yes.
Yes, they are, Eric. You better believe it. And we've got some ideas on how to address all of these things. So nothing any of you have said tonight shocks us. It's stuff we've heard before. And we both work in long-term care. And there are a lot of things in long-term care that we can't do because we're in this insurance-based structure. So we get to give some outside of the box recommendations sometimes here because you guys have more flexibility with what you can do when you're not in an institution like that. Not that that's bad. It's just different. And you have so much more opportunity just by being in groups like this.
So I also just want to say that it's very important, and we pride ourselves in meeting you where you are. You know, wherever you are is where you need to start, not where somebody else thinks you need to start. Or so if you're vegetarian, we're very supportive of that. We just need to figure out how we're going to get more of what you need into you.
And we start with where you're at right now. What are you doing right now?
Right.
And sometimes people don't even need to work with us. They just get what they need from these lives. And
which is great. That's why we do it.
Or being in our membership has been really helpful for people. So we're happy to support you however you are. We do have a cookbook. It's available on our website.
Yep.
We're in the process of the next cook. I think this recipe is going to go in the next cookbook.
It should.
We've got a couple of tweaks to make, but I think it's going to be...
Right. So it's on our website, dysphagiaduo.com. Go to the shops tab, and it's in there.
Yep. Oh,
it's only available in ebook right now.
correct.
So,
We'll get it on Amazon at some point.
Yep. Working on that.
Once we have time, which is non-existent.
We'll
Okay.
get it.
We love being here to support you. We love answering your questions. We love teaching people how to cook and how to get some different ingredients and variety into your life. And it can be scary to make changes. Yeah.
But we're here to support you.
Yes, we are.
So join us. Be here next week. So next week, Kat's going to be all alone.
All by myself. Stephanie's got a work conference for her job. That pesky job thing.
I know. Darn that you got.
If anyone that you work with is in the group, I'll pretend you didn't hear that. Can we get your cookbook in the UK? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. It's an ebook, so all you have to do is go onto our website and you can download it directly to your computer or tablet.
Yep. Paul, yeah, we're here to help, my friend. We'll absolutely. And if we can stop your weight loss at 10 pounds, that would be ideal. If we can stop it right there.
Yes.
I like to tell people, most people are like, I need to lose weight, so it was fine. I'm like, no, we don't want you to lose weight this way. I'm glad you have that weight that you can lose without anything dramatic happening, but we need to stop it right there because we need you to keep muscle because these muscles are also about these muscles.
Yep. That's true.
Okay.
All right.
We've talked longer tonight than we have in a while.
What time is it? Oh, wow. We did.
Yeah.
It didn't even seem that long.
It didn't.
You want to gain 30 pounds. All right. Well,
Challenge
we got some work to do.
Okay. Stuff like this gets me excited.
Yeah,
I love what we do here.
I do too.
Okay.
Now it's time to clean up.
Now we got to clean up. All right, everybody. Be back here. Join me next week. I will not be in this space. I'll be in another space. Actually, my mom is going to be here next week, so maybe I'll have her give me some great tips too. 22 pounds in less than 2 months. Yeah, not good. Okay. See, this is why we want you all in this group because we can offer you so much support here, but think about joining our membership because that's even more support. So you guys, there is a way to make things better. There is. There's always something that can be done.
Yes. So join us.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you next week.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, you will. Stay safe. If you're having crazy weather like we are,
It's not
stay
snowing
safe.
anymore. It stopped.
We were not here last week. For those of you that tried to join us, Stephanie's power was out. There were tornadoes. It was some nasty, nasty weather. So we did not do our live out of an abundance of caution for our safety. So
Yes.
we apologize, but we want to be here to provide value to you in the future. So we were not here last week. So
See you next time.
bye, everybody.